All right, I think we're on.
I'll check. Let me check real quick.
All right, it says 0 viewers at the bottom, so I don't know what it looks like. So I said first Google Hangout on air live. So I'm hoping people will assume that this is not going to be perfect, but I'm curious what it looks like from like my phone's end. Oh, one viewer's on.
First Google Hangout.
One viewer or 2 viewers. Please put in the chat because I don't know where the chat shows up now.
Hello. Oh, I like it.
Are they talking?
No,
that's for us.
Yep. Hey guys, hello.
Where do you go?
Oh no, I'm on YouTube.
That's you and me. Dude, I'm so confused. Can you comment?
Yeah, the chat's on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah. The chat's on YouTube.
Weird. I'm not used to it. I don't think this is the first time I've actually successfully. Oh, word.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? The audio's kind of delayed though from us to the live stream.
Oh yeah, it is. That's all right.
But that's fine, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like 10 seconds delayed or something.
Yeah.
Oh sweet, I can like my own video. I couldn't do that before on the mobile app. Well, hello friends. So oh wait, I gotta watch the Google Hangout because otherwise I'll be looking at myself like or you talking, but you're not actually talking, and then I'll get like confused.
Yeah, that's I'm looking at the Google Hangout as well.
So Kathy, I want to give you a huge shout out here because the first time I think I came on to your live stream, Pooja Studios said, "Hey, like, hello, like I just supported you," and they said that I should come be like a guest on their show or something. And so ever since then, I've had like this bug. Like I've really wanted to figure out how to do like Google Hangouts and live streams. This is the first one. And ever since that, like I've been on a kick finding a ton of like live streams. And I don't even know why I like
check out our live streams
better. I just do. Like I think I'm growing to like live streams better than like recorded, edited videos and stuff. Let's see who else we got on here. So we get Tyler, Michelle, invites you wake up and live. It's Kathy, Alex, how's it going? What does that say? What did you think about this storm? Oh yeah. So it's super humid around here right now. I don't know if it is for you too, Ty. PS to the viewers right now. Me and Ty live like what 20 minutes from each other or something.
Yeah, it's pretty humid.
But it was insanely raining out. Like even I don't think I could show with the video how beautiful it is, but it's like so many clouds and then there's a sunset at the very end of the clouds. It's pretty cool, but it was crazy thundering. I had to get off the basketball court. So I'm gonna start off, Ty. I know I had been talking to you.
Oh, it's ThinkShare on YouTube. ThinkShare, right? Not the ThinkShare.
Yeah, I guess you could say just ThinkShare. I think of it like that movie, The Social Network, where they talked about Facebook. It was originally the Facebook, and then the movie tells them to just say Facebook. So yeah, we'll say ThinkShare. So recently, listening to Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Crushing It, he talked about a ton of these other new platforms that I didn't know about. And one of them that I was reintroduced to last year, my friend Cecile Bizet, she's got like 4,000 subscribers. She started this, was an Anchor FM channel. And so I've been trying to push myself to just throw on a little bit of content every day, like 7-minute tops videos. You have to hold down your thumb on it for it to record, almost like Snapchat. So my thumb gets tired after like.
You can I don't know if you noticed, but you hold down and then slide up, and then you can just hold your phone. You don't have to hold it.
You can't, wait, so you press it down and then what?
You press it down and then you slide up to lock it.
I've been hurting my thumb this whole time. All right, well, my podcasts are about to get much longer.
Right, that's how I record my letters from dad episodes. Because when I live stream, I also record on my phone, and I just hold down, swipe up, and it locks. It locks the recording, so you can record.
Nice. So, Ty, tell the audience what have you been doing with Anchor FM?
So with Anchor, I've been recording my letters from dad episodes on there because I realized that people enjoy audio as much as they love watching live streams. They also love to hear audio themselves. So like say if you're cleaning up around the house or you're going for a run, you're working out, and you'd rather listen to a podcast instead of like music or something, or you're driving to work or you're stuck in traffic. I found that listening to audio is very, very effective, and people love listening to audio. Gary Vee has a podcast on Spotify. You were just talking about Gary Vee. People have podcasts on SoundCloud. So I figured, hey, why not start a podcast on Anchor? Because I got the information from you, how you were saying Anchor is very up and coming. It's very new. They're advancing their stuff, their platform. And I was like, hey, might as well take advantage now before it becomes a very popular thing. Yes. So I record, I have live streams on my channel. The episodes are Letters from Dad. And I also record the audio version on the Anchor app.
So a question I have for you now, I know that you have, I would say you have a different relationship with your dad. Like there's a bit more of a story of you and your dad than I think a lot of people might realize.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to share with it, because I think there's some people on here that may have never seen you before. Tell us a little bit about like why share with us your letters from him? What's important about them? Why is it worth listening to?
Right. So my father, he's been incarcerated the majority of his life. Incarcerated meaning he's been in jail the majority of his life. So that's our only outlet for communication, is sending each other letters. So, and as much as I have ambitions myself, as much as I have goals myself, my dad also has goals. So, there's no one he can really express that to instead of his sons, which is me and my brother. So, I'm here as a speaker from my father. So I express his emotions and his thoughts through the letters he writes. And I speak those to, the people on my channel and anyone else who's watching. So, in terms of the relationship with my dad, I didn't meet him until I was 16 years old. So I didn't know him at all in my life. And then, one day I got fed up. I was like, there's a point in your life where you're fed up with something and you either want the change or you just let it haunt your life. I'm a person where if something is bothering me and I don't like it, I need to change it. So that was something that bothered me. And, I went out of my way to go meet my father finally. And when I first met him, it was kind of crazy. It was like when my mom told me, oh, that's him. It was like I already knew. It was like I was looking into a mirror and I knew who I was looking at, even though I've never seen him before in my life. And it was a very emotional meeting. He was crying, I was crying, and it was just, I think it was like 5 hours of just talking, just nonstop talking. I don't know if you've ever had a conversation like that. It was just 5 hours of nonstop talking and catching up. What I've been up to, how he's developed himself, and how he's been handling himself in jail and stuff like that. And so, although my brother expressed this to me the other day, although he hasn't been there for us physically, the few years that we have known him, he's been there. All those, it's made up emotionally. He's there for us emotionally. He's there for us mentally. And that's what matters the most. is that he's there for us emotionally, because we didn't have that emotional support when we were younger. And now that he's there for us emotionally, all that lost time, it doesn't even matter anymore. You know, all that matters is the time that we could take advantage of right now. So I think my relationship with my dad is very special, and you know, I'm still getting to know him as a person. He's still getting to know me as a person, and it's awesome. And my goal for Letters with Dad is to eventually turn it into conversations with Dad, so I can have him on the live stream, just me and him talking for however long we want to talk, just about anything.
Yeah, that would be unbelievable.
Yeah, and people can ask him questions. People can ask us questions. So that's my vision with Letters from Dad.
By the way, I got a question. So I know one thing that so I wonder if there's a very specific purpose behind this, but I've thought to myself, from a marketing standpoint. So I mean, I think you and me, over the time that we've been operating these channels, you know, we've learned a lot about what people click on, you know, clickbait, figuring out what markets well, what people receive well.
Right.
I've been kind of surprised that your Letters from Dad titles haven't included that he's incarcerated. Because I've thought to myself, I think that if people realized that the Letters from Dad were specifically from him being in there, that I think a lot more people would come to it.
Right.
Has there
Yep.
been a specific reason that
I never really thought about that, to be honest. But now that you mention it, I'm starting to develop different names, different titles for the series in my head. And yeah, I never really thought about it like that. And I just treated my live streams just, you know, as they were. Because at first I didn't really get that much interaction with my live streams.
yeah,
And so I didn't really market it as harder as my other videos.
yeah,
Whereas you do a lot of live streams,
yeah.
and I could see why you would market that different. But my audience for my live streams is starting to build up, and I'm getting more interaction, I'm getting more questions, more views, and more watch time. So I mean, now that you mention it like that, I mean, I'm starting to think of, you know, different titles I could give the series, which would definitely, I think, definitely spark more interest and more attention.
I know this sounds clickbaity, but I'm just gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have like a bad ring to it or something, but like if I'm someone just going through, you know, random YouTube channels or random YouTube videos and looking for something that catches my eye. But back in September, this was me, but it was like football highlights and stuff. If I saw something that said Letters from My Father Behind Bars, I almost like no doubt I would click it.
Letters from my father, but I'm gonna write that down. That's a.
And let us know in the chat, are there any, because I think that the just by the title, it's not doing justice to like how unbelievable those letters are. I love listening to them, and I think
What was it again? Say it again.
Letters from My Father Behind Bars.
Letters.
I don't think they get enough attention for what they are and how amazing it is. I mean, I know when I first met you and you
That's
told me,
an awesome title. I wasn't even thinking about that. I might change it. I might change it.
when I first met you and I like really got to like get who you were, and you told me about that story, I thought to myself, it's given what I think probably my own judgments, and I think probably a lot of people's judgments of how people are when their parents have been incarcerated, or you know what their upbringing has been like.
Right.
I think that you're an anomaly. I think to have the mindset that you have, I think already like the type of mindset you have is like already an anomaly. And I think so many people out there that have not grown up with or they've had a similar situation, I don't think that those videos get nearly as much attention as they deserve. How many letters do you actually have?
I have a ton.
Like
There's
over 100?
No. Probably around Uh, Probably like in the high 30s, mid 40s.
Now, do you guys still write to each other?
Yeah, I got two new letters from him the other day, and I've been waiting to read them for another episode.
Oh, awesome.
So
So
it'll be my first read through for these new letters.
that's fantastic. So people in the chat right now, I just wanted to let you know I put Ty's channel in the description. So if you're interested in checking those out when he comes out, yeah, any idea when you'll be sharing those next ones live?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hop on a live tomorrow. I've been meaning to do it, and I just been pushing it off. But I'm definitely gonna hop on one tomorrow, and it's gonna be a brand new letter. I haven't read it at all. I have no idea what it says.
So even like the reaction that you have on first reading is totally organic.
Yes, it'll be totally organic.
That's awesome.
This will be my first read through, and depending on the length of how much you wrote, depends on how long the video will be. But
I look forward to seeing it tomorrow. That's gonna be awesome. I
yeah,
don't think people appreciate what kind of treat they're in just because I mean, when you think about the relationship that someone has with a family member, um, for that to be unfiltered, for that to be like literally recording their first response, um, I mean, that's just such a treat for people to get to experience that closeness of somebody.
right.
Like the other night, I was, and I know that this is like not really even close to the same playing level, but like the other night when I was watching, so we have Apple TV. We don't watch like regular TV, and we usually go into YouTube towards the end of the night to watch something funny to, and then end the day on a happy note.
Yeah.
We saw Childish Gambino's "This Is America," and I was like, oh, I want to watch that
Oh,
because
yeah.
I like Childish Gambino. And like by the end of it, I was like, God damn it, why didn't I record my response to that?
Yeah, dude, you should
And now
have.
it's ruined. Like I'll never get to respond the same way because I know it's coming. So it's
Right.
such a like for me to have that moment just about a stupid video. Like this is real life.
Yeah. But yeah, which is awesome. And I've been waiting to get some letters from my dad because although there are a bunch of letters that I've read every single letter that he sent me.
Mhm.
It's good to go back and read them and find the like the funny moments in there, or find like the golden nugget moments,
Yeah.
or find the really important moments that he emphasizes. And it's pretty awesome. He sent me it's like a 15-page part from a book,
Yeah.
and it's called the Art of Peace. So I think I might take like an hour one day just to read that to the stream.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I want to figure out a way that I can read it and not make it super boring. So I think after every page, I'll reflect a little and then just move on to the next one. But when he sent me that really changed my life too. It was just like a small thing on the Art of Peace.
It's awesome. Um, and anything else you want to add on to that? And by the way, I know the looks like the comment section's been a little quiet recently. Do you guys have any questions for Ty? Especially since I have him here tonight. I can't tell how many people are on right now.
Miss
Oh,
Kathy and Jesse, Ty, are you connected to Twitter so your videos post when you upload?
hello, RJ.
Yes, Kathy, I am connected to Twitter. Oh, I'm not connected to Twitter. I do have a Twitter, but I got to look more into that. Posting, I usually do make a tweet when I upload a new video, but I always forget to tweet when I'm going live. So I think what you're talking about will be very useful for when I go live, and it just automatically sends an update to my Twitter.
So
And
the
just
one of the other things I wrote down that I wanted to chat with you about on live tonight was the sort of like the value of collaboration. So I've been thinking probably since like April or no, probably like February or something, is I think the main way to your channel, really for anybody, is just going in and one, making good content, because you don't want people to show up to your channel and be like, oh, this person has 3 crappy videos. So one, obviously creating content, establishing yourself as like someone that's a creator. And secondly, going out and finding people that are in your tribe. And I was really honored, and I'm pretty sure you were a part of this the other day. Jessica Oakley, she made a, she did like a pretty short video saying that you should love the crap. She used a different word for it, love the crap out of your tribe.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so cool. She had like a little half-second clip of me. I'm pretty sure you were in there too. But
That's awesome. Like, I think I gotta check it out. I don't think I saw that one.
I'll have to send you a video of it. But I think in the past like maybe 3 months, I think that actually maybe since like New Year's, I think we've really started to find like a tribe of people. And it's been a really fun experience finding like a pretty solid amount of like-minded people that are interested in similar things. And I'll say Celtics as well, although I haven't watched one of the games yet. But it's been really fun finding a tribe and realizing that it's really inspiring working with other people. And I think that
definitely.
I remember, I think maybe like last July, like a year ago, I was watching a couple different videos from people that had like over 100,000 subscribers and hearing about what they did to grow their channels. And they said it starts out with like a grind. Like you're finding people, you're working on building relationships with people, you're just delivering content, you're in the comments section, you're really active. And then at some point, I forget what her name is. She's like, she does like all, I don't even know what her channel is. I can see her face, but not her name. She was saying that at some point she started just collaborating with people. Like she didn't even bother uploading unless she was collaborating with someone, because now it's not just that you're pulling together subscribers from people that are like-minded and that have channels, but you're also starting to grab the people that are like, you know, not content producers, but are really appreciating, enjoying, and finding value in what we're producing. So what are some of the, I had something lined up. I don't know what happened.
No, I definitely agree with you though, because I was talking to someone I met today. His name was Alonzo. He was talking about getting on YouTube, and you guys will get to know him in the next video I upload. But I was trying to tell him that YouTube is like a community. You know, it's at first it was just like, oh, you know, I'm going to upload my videos here, try to get views, this and that. But eventually it turns into like, oh, like I see these people all the time leaving a genuine comment. I see them making amazing content, and it's just like a little community where you can share your ideas with someone else, and they can share their ideas. You can learn new and different perspectives, and it's like there are different sub communities all over YouTube. There's gaming communities, there's vlogging communities, there's cooking, traveling, and then I'm pretty sure there's a community for like teachers that you're a part of. You know, there's
working on finding more of us.
Right. There's a community for kids or people my age who are doing what I'm doing. There's like public speaking communities and stuff like that. So it's awesome. YouTube is one big community with separate little sub communities within it.
Yeah. So for the people watching, and I think it's been an interesting ride. So I think so I'm up to like 370 something videos on the ThinkShare.
That's a lot.
The first like 2 months was so I meant to make a video about this the other day, and it was after I'd hit 500, and I've been doing a lot of live streaming lately instead of editing, just because I've enjoyed it that much more. It's been a lot less time constraint, and it's been easier to connect with my audience. But the first like 60 to 100 videos were I was trying to almost create like a cookie cutter type thing where it was about 4 minutes. It was hooking someone with a topic, intro, quick introduction on the topic, talk about the topic, how I learned it, next how I'm applying it, and then a call to action, and then a goodbye, all within 4 minutes. And then I trained, and then I started talking, and those were all like personal development topics. And then September, I started talking a little bit more about like some of the things I was seeing in school. So I was trying to speak to things that I thought would really help my students. And then that evolved into talking about more like pop culture type topics, reacting to things. And then I decided on right around Thanksgiving that I was going to do the Gucci Gang remix.
Yeah.
And that would not be congruent with the rest of the stuff on my channel, but I asked myself, is this where I want to go with it? And I said, I think it was some video I watched. It might have been Infinite Waters, where he was talking about how you got to allow yourself to evolve. It's not always going to stay the same.
Yeah.
You got to see what works. And so I made that video. I had a lot of fun with it, and I realized it might not be congruent, but I think as long as it has the same underlying message that I'm trying to be a role model for people to create, be a role model for mindfulness, being a role model for attempts to build financial security and independence, which I remixed the whole song into all these kind of silly things, but at the same time, if you really listen to the words, I talk about financial freedom, and I talk about how much trash the Lil Pump is. And at the end, I just talk about like, I've never made a music video before. All I did was grab my wife and a camera and shot some random stuff. It took me 45 minutes to make up some lyrics.
Yeah.
I edited for 19 hours or something straight.
Dude, that's why you have to listen to J. Cole's new album.
So I did start listening to that because I wanted to take your advice, and I didn't enjoy it at first. Now I haven't listened to all of it. I was actually started getting sleepy because I was listening to it in the car.
Okay.
But I'm thinking this might make a really good Google Hangout as well, because I know that there's things about J. Cole that I don't know or appreciate that I bet you, since I think you're a bit more of a fan of him,
yeah,
that you would be able to speak to. We can pause back and forth and talk about things.
Definitely.
But so yeah, adding in reactions and adding in music, that was a new dimension for the channel. And then coming into, I think it was when I moved here into the new house, I started embracing live stream a bit more. And since then, I've realized how much more fun it is to work with people. And where I was going with this whole story was sort of the evolution of how I've been building it. It started out as trying to figure out something efficient, and it's slowly gotten into really listening to Gary Vee a bit more and trying to find my tribe and trying to find people that are like-minded and looking for people to build with, as well as realizing that commenting on people that are similar to you, and you taught me to be consistent with it. One, finding like people that are at the top, like Infinite Waters, and trying to be the first 10 comments on a video and deep in thought, as well as, having people like you and like Kathy, and I know Cliff was on here earlier, and Michelle, and who else is on here tonight? I don't think there are any other main creators on here.
The dancing channel says, "Hey man, do you have any benefits of me joining the Marines when I'm 18?
Wait, I don't see that. Benefits of joining the Marines. Oh, I see it. My son is Army National Guard infantryman. Whoa, all right. I'm cool taking this onto this topic.
Well, I think if you guys know Robert Kiyosaki, I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the Marines, but I'm pretty sure he was the Air Force. Hold on. What was Robert Kiyosaki? Air Force? Yeah, Robert Kiyosaki was in the Air Force for some time, and he was able to network and build his business from there, even though he was still a part of the Air Force. So that's a major benefit is networking. You get to meet some awesome, very disciplined people who, if you do have a business, you could present to them. They could join. You learn the value of discipline, commitment, family. You definitely learn the value of family and sticking to a task and actually completing it. Having mental toughness, especially with the Marines. Um, you get the physical benefit, of course, but I think the mental benefit outweighs any physical benefit with it as well. And I mean, if you're patriotic, I guess you get to serve your country, right?
Yeah, no, I don't really have much of any experience with the Army or the Navy, but or any armed forces for that matter. But I think two stories that have really um, actually three stories that have really had an impact on my opinion about it is one, my friend Nelly. So Nelly joined the Navy a couple months back. I actually did an interview with him back last August because he's also developed 3 apps. Um, 2 of them are available in the App Store and one's still working. And he was talking about he didn't know how to swim, and the way they teach you how to swim in the Navy is they like throw you in water and say swim, and
Yeah,
you have to like they teach you by force, not by like having a teacher like do it along with you.
that's how you teach a baby.
Yeah, and what was he telling me? But he was telling me just these ridiculous stories that really built character for him, and I think a lot of now, this is my own judgment of it, but I remember in high school there were a lot of students that were my peers that I thought kind of lacked direction. I mean, I lacked direction too, but they were lacking direction such that they weren't trying to get good grades or anything, or not trying to behave in a civilized manner. And from what I've seen of them, I think a lot of them have developed habits and discipline. I think that my grandfather, before he passed, it said that was one of the greatest things he really got out of the service in the armed forces was you get the discipline that sometimes you don't get growing up just by living under your parents' roof. And another story. So not my cousin personally, but my wife's cousin. If you guys knew about the Ospreys that went down last August, he was one of the servicemen that died in that crash.
Wow.
Hearing the stories about him and how driven he was and how he was out there being a pilot, like doing exactly what he wanted to be doing with his life. And there was one story that really stuck out to me was he was driving. It wasn't a tank or anything. It was some sort of armored vehicle down the highway from like one base to another or something. And he ran out of gas halfway. And I guess I don't know much about this, but I guess one of the rules of it is that if you are in one of those, you're not allowed to step outside of the vehicle in uniform. And if he had stepped outside of the vehicle in uniform, he would have been, I don't know what you'd call it, I guess written up or something like that. He would have been disciplined in some way. And he would have been blamed for not making sure he had enough fuel in the vehicle before he left from wherever he started. So the story, the funny part of the story is he got out of the vehicle like in his boots and underwear because he developed that kind of discipline and integrity that he was willing to follow the rules and look absolutely ridiculous.
That's funny.
Around him to make sure that he actually stuck by the rules.
At least he found a loophole, right?
Yeah, kind of. And so that was my second one. I forget what my third one. Oh, the third one is I read this book called Extreme Ownership. So if anyone is a fan of Tim Ferriss, you've probably heard of Jocko Willink, I think his name is. Have you heard of him, Ty?
I have not.
So
not Jocko. I have heard of Tim Ferriss, but
yeah. So Jocko is he was a Marine SEAL, and he wrote the book Extreme Ownership, which I feel like just by the title you can kind of understand the gist of it. Oh, Kathy, thank you for tweeting the live stream.
Thanks, Kathy.
So he wrote this book Extreme Ownership, and he talks about how one of the things he really learned to do was, one, how to be a leader, but how to be humble about it, and how to take ownership over things that like almost don't seem appropriate to take ownership of. So like there was some mission where like 5 of the people below him like messed up, and as a whole like something bad happened. I forget what the situation was, but in a presentation that he had to give to his higher ups and to his whole squad was he said, "You know whose fault this is?" And he looked around, and people started being like, "It's my fault, sir." And like he said, "Nope, it's my fault." And I don't know that he takes pride in owning his mistakes, but I think he gained a certain level of, I guess the best word is ownership over his own actions and
Right.
the actions and the performance of a team. And I think that I'm realizing, I forgot we were even answering this question, but I think the value of going into the Army and, becoming someone that is expected to be a leader, which I'm assuming is really anything higher than a private, or if you have to lead anyone, I imagine you can form like a really unbelievable set of mindfulness around owning your actions, owning the impact that you have on other people.
Absolutely.
That was a really long response. I hope it didn't bore you all to tears. Was there another question that followed that one up? Are you guys talking a little bit? Gotta go for homework. Absolutely. So Kathy, we're gonna have to have you on this live stream soon. Now that I know how this thing works, literally all I had to do was send a link to Ty, and he received it. And
we could probably do like 3-way, can't we?
Yeah, we totally could. Welcome back, Alex.
You could have like one big live stream with like 5 or 6
our full tribe.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. I'm in. Let's maybe we brainstorm. We'll have to start like a doodle or something. You know what a doodle is?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll have to start a doodle with a bunch of people that we want.
Oh, that would be fun.
We'll have to, I guess what we can start out with is a doodle of topics and like time slots.
Yeah.
And we'll just know who to send it to. We could even turn it to the think share speak show or something.
Yeah, definitely. We could do they have like online charades just for like a fun thing.
Oh yeah.
Where like they give you a picture, or someone in the group gets a topic and they have to draw it, and then everyone else has to guess what it is.
That would be pretty awesome.
I forget what the thing is called, but it's like you can do that live, and you could do it with other people on the internet, or you could do it with like people you invite.
It would be fun to almost see people in the chat try to figure out what the people in the video are doing. Michelle, so a doodle is I guess it's an app in itself, but originally it was just a website that it makes scheduling with other people really easy. So if you've ever had like Outlook email for at work, usually what it'll show people's like schedules, and you can see where to fit them in. But a doodle, it's like an invitation. So I would send it to Ty and maybe 10 other, like I've done it at work before, and it'll say we want to have like a work. I pitched this to my math team the other night because I'm a math teacher with my department, and I told them well, I'll send out a doodle, and they're like, why do we need to have technology like solve this problem? I was like, because you guys want to have 50 conversations. I'd rather have one simple set of data. So you send out the link, and what you do is you add in your name, and say they wanted to have the party on a Wednesday at 7, Thursday at 7, and a Saturday at 7. Friday didn't work for them, and they're the host. They would set in the time slots, and what people would do is they can check off which ones work for them. So maybe if you're working with 3 or more people, it makes it much easier for people to figure out what scheduling situation works out best for them. So that's what a doodle is. Good to hear. You've been with 10 before? That sounds insane. Like you'd have to have a talking stick, but no one's in the same spot, so it would be a talking stick.
Yeah, that seems pretty chaotic.
What does the camera? How does the camera know which person going? Dude, Alex, I'm pretty sure it's just some kind of smart technology that anytime because generally in a conversation, like one voice is talking and one's not. So assuming that they're 2 civilized people on a Google Hangout, the camera just flips automatically to whoever. I'm not doing any work to change it. Idea 24, cleaning up your friend's car trash. Kathy, to add to that, I've been trying to make friends with the neighbors recently. So I have a basketball court down the street from me. And as I walk from the basketball court to my house, I pick up trash on people's lawns. Part of it, I would love to get caught doing it so that people can see that I'm just trying to contribute. But at the same time, I'm also just trying to keep the neighborhood clean. I don't know any of my neighbors. Well, it's 8:47. I originally wanted to, I got some lesson planning that would be really useful if I did for tomorrow morning. Anything else you want to add tonight, Ty? For our first bullshit?
This was awesome. Send me the video that taught you how to do this.
Will do. Yeah, I'll have to, I'm trying to think of what else we'll have to add to the show notes, but I realized the cool thing about doing it on my laptop here is I can be in the chat versus when I'm like doing on my phone, which is like, I think all of my live streams have been on my phone.
Yeah.
I can actually participate in the chat while you're talking, or like I can do it while I'm talking. And at the same time, there's just like more things you can do. You can see it all at once. It's just like more efficient.
Yeah, it's very cool.
By the way, in the chat, if you could let me know, how's the volume on my voice? I can hear Ty fine, but I'm curious what the volume is like for my voice. I'm pretty sure it's just the speaker for here, and I'm wondering if it would be valuable for me to get the speaker that I use to create my audiobook.
You could do that, or you could get a pair of headphones. They have
that's true.
A speaker right here.
It's the same as usual. Okay, that's good to know. Great stream, guys. Thank you, Kathy. Wake up and live. You're both great. Thank you, Michelle. Well,
thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Kathy.
Yep, I'm ready to call it a night. Thank you for watching. If you liked this, give it a like. If you love one or both of us, share our channels with other people. I know some of our regular people that I recognize already have and continue to. Shout out to Kathy. Thank you for helping to inspire me to actually do this. This is going to, after this night, so earlier on tonight, I was like, I really got to do some lesson planning. And then I was also like, if I learn to do Google Chats, I will end up spending less time in the channels and more like commenting with people and more time collaborating with awesome people and growing my channel organically from awesome content rather than like finding people in the comments.
Right.
And I'll just, that will be the next evolution of my channel. I don't think I can ever go back. Like, I'm just going to be doing this all the time. I'm going to start getting people's numbers. I'm going to be saying, hey, I want to live stream at 8 o'clock tonight. So in the comments, or I think I have a bunch of your emails, start getting prepared to receive some emails. I'm going to start sending you guys invitations to do some live streams on some topics.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to be interviewing a bunch of people because I got interviews on my channel. So this is an awesome way to interview people who are not in my area.
I'm so excited. I can't believe how easy this was. It's been sitting in, like, I've been last story. So my friend Nelly that I talked about in the Navy, back in 2016, when I first started YouTube, but not the ThinkShare. So back in 2016, I finished writing my book in about September before the school, just before the August before the school year started. I started making videos for the first time since like I think I had like 5 videos on my Zachary Watson channel, which if any of you've ever seen, there's actually 160 videos on that one. But I started making them in September. I went and had coffee, spent like 5 hours hanging out with my friend Nelly. And it was after we tried learning how to backflip together. Neither of us had any experience. And he said, dude, you should do this ideas over coffee every morning with someone. Just like call someone up and like do like a video chat, and just like every morning for 15 minutes have like a live show on YouTube. And I was like, yeah, like I know I'm not gonna do perfect at it, but I'm gonna go fail at that, because that was one of the ideas in the book. And I was just like finishing up with the book. And I mean, the original idea of me being on YouTube at all was to promote the book. And eventually I fell in love with the platform and just kept going, because I realized this is the video version of the book, since a lot of people don't like reading like myself. So I got to give Nelly a shout out that this has been what he challenged me to do all the way back in fall of 2016, and I'm finally doing it. I don't know if it's going to be daily yet, but I think it might end up becoming daily.
That's awesome. We're sort of like a daily live stream with awesome people, and then obviously you keep continuing.
Over the summer, I don't see why I wouldn't be collaborating with someone every day, because I have enough time to schedule it. School days will be a little tougher, but I mean, you were easy to text up. I mean, if you and me have ideas, we can always just text each other and be like, hey, want to talk about this at 8 o'clock tonight? Boom, done. We got a collab. I'm pumped. Thank you for watching. Wow, we've had 5 viewers for pretty much the whole time. Thank you for staying with us. I look forward to more. Get ready to receive some emails. Thank you for watching. And what do you want to tell Ty? What do you want to tell him, Ty?
Stay weird.
Oh, yeah.